What's up, bros? Got your host, February Beast, right there, here with another video. And honestly, we're back with another Mcfarlane review. You got Kenner, got my two black and gray Kenner Batmans, Alfred right there. Don't mind the Men in Black Will Smith. Anyways, we are doing a review on Mcfarlane's black and gray superpowers Batman. Apparently, so they did a blue and gray one before this, which this has more of the superpowers body, apparently, and obviously they can't do the same head sculpt. I never really liked this head sculpt, but I do like this figure altogether. I just wish the head sculpt had a different head sculpt. They have nice artwork on the side, a nice capture moment of black and gray Batman, which I have always liked a Batman with a capsule belt like this. Like, even for a black and gray Batman, like the anime series, I like capsule belt Batman. Capsule belt Batman is just fucking cool. I mean, pouch belt Batman's also cool, depending on which one you're looking at. But getting a capsule belt Batman is also cool. Look at the back. Got the old classic 70s, 80s Batman logo. You got the same whatever, and then you got the latest line of which is this Batman and this classic Superman. If you can see that, that's the one I'm looking forward to get. I'm not really, oh, okay, there we go. I'm not really a Superman fan, but I like that Superman. I want to pick it up and put it next to my Batman. And we'll take a look at David Cornsweat's Superman and how he looks next to his Batman and another Mcfarlane Batman. I won't bring them all out, but we'll just get a nice look. Anyways, let's do the unboxing now. Honestly, this Batman looks great out of packaging. Hold on, let me just move that Batman in there. Move him over a bit more. I wish I had the weapons rack for this Batcave to be complete. But anyways, having Kenner's two only black and gray Batmans with the yellow oval, and then next to Mcfarlane's black and gray Batman, I actually like this design of Batman. It has like a comic feel of a... But the thing is, I don't know where this design originated. I kept trying to figure out where this design originated. And I think the only place it originated from was either this or it had to be this. But the thing is, when they made this Batman, there was no black and gray. They had a blue and gray. They had the all black, which was the movie one, because this is Michael Keaton's Batman. But this is the only black and gray figure, and this is in the Returns line, not the Dark Knight collection. This is in the Returns line, and in the Returns line, this is called Laser Batman. And his armor is the only one that has this special molding. Like this figure, this design of Batman, instead of doing a reuse and painting him black and gray, this is the only one that has like a different molding, I guess, which is kind of cool because it has its own inner texture. But I also kind of wish it was just a plain black and gray like Mcfarlane's Batman. But the other cool thing about it is it has this gloss and everything, and then it also like gives it this realistic black and gray armor feel. Like you can see if a black and gray Batman were to exist in like the movies now, he would wear something similar to this. Maybe not too similar, but it would look like this because of armor. This just has like more of a comic feel. I do like the cape that Mcfarlane used. It does feel a bit thin at times, I'm not going to lie to you, compared to something like the Kenner cape, which I know all capes are kind of thin, but for some reason Mcfarlane's cape feels the thinnest. Like, I don't know why, it's like this really thin material that compared to like, you could tell Kenner's, like, you can feel Kenner's cape. You can't really feel Mcfarlane's. The cape drapes over him, so if you wanted to put Batman like next to Superman and his cape's draping over him, I like that. I ordered two capes a while back on eBay. I gotta remember what they're called, but it's not the Cape Master. I ordered two capes for a couple of Batman figures for my Gotham by Gaslight Batman, and I was thinking about changing this out because I already did it once before with this Batman, put this cape over like a retro Batman. And I've showed you that Batman a few times. I won't do it. Damn. I used this cape before. The capes are going to be my problem today, aren't they? This cape is moving a bit. I don't know. I like this figure. You have 7 points of articulation. You have a great Batman, yeah, you have a great Batman head sculpt. It's not like the best Batman head sculpt ever, but you could tell it's Batman. You, honestly, I like this classic comic feel. I just kind of wish the head sculpt was more superpowers or something else. I kind of wish they did the head sculpt a little differently. The body is fine, the paint color is fine. This, I can see this being Batman. The head sculpt's all right. I don't know. I mean, this is Batman to me. Like, I've always been a fan of black and gray Batman, either with the yellow oval or no yellow oval. I like black and gray Batman. I like all black Batman. Blue and gray Batman's all right. Wouldn't say he's my favorite, but this figure looks good. I'm going to fix up the cape because I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. All right. I kind of wish I had this Batman in better condition, but I bought it for a good price, and honestly, it's kind of hard to get this figure for better condition without spending $100. This figure, I got it easily better condition. I think I bought it for $12 or so. And these are Kenner's only 2 black and gray Batmans that can relate to this figure, and that's why I'm not going to pull out any other Batman figures. I usually like to pull out figures that relate to the figure I'm looking at, because then you can see where it could have got its inspiration. And honestly, I think Mcfarlane could have based it off a bit of both. Who knows? I decided to put the cape behind it. The cape was kind of sticking to the arm for a bit. I don't know what that was for, but honestly, it's just, you know, before I didn't appreciate this figure as much because I wasn't like big into knowing why this figure mattered, and I just bought it for $10 before, and then I threw the cape aside, whatever. I'm not gonna do that this time. But actually looking at this figure, like generally looking at this figure, I have a lot more respect for it because it gives you more of a comic black and gray Batman of, say, the late 90s or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure I don't know when Batman started to have this look. I want to know. If you guys know when, because I think it came from the action figure world. I think it came from this design. Because now, Batman has always been black and gray from the beginning, but they swapped him to blue and gray. In the 70s and 80s, which the animated series borrows their storytelling based off of the comics from, Batman is blue, and in the show he has blue highlights, and I'm pretty sure his suit is blue in the first couple of seasons before TMBA. So, which is the new Batman Adventures. And if I'm sure, this design... And this design, which this figure came way before that. This figure is more like not even the existence of the actual black and gray yellow oval suit with the yellow capsule belt. But this figure, I'm pretty sure this figure created this Batman, this design of Batman, because this was always blue. And there's another proof why I can say this, because there's another Batman figure, which isn't Kenner at all or Mcfarlane, but hold on. Now, there we go. This is more of a 6-inch figure, but I grew up with this Batman. This was my childhood Batman along with Arkham. And I grew up watching this show, and in this show, he has the same blue highlights as this Batman. And I'm pretty sure, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, the animated Batman and this Batman would have like a blue inside cape and then everything else black. And I've seen so many people make customs of stuff of the animated Batman. And when I think more about it, I'm pretty sure Kevin Conroy's animated series Batman is blue and gray. I'm pretty sure of it. You can look at the images and stuff. I'm pretty sure he's blue and gray, because having blue highlights make no sense at night or something, because it would still be black. So, I think generally the animated series Batman is actually blue and gray, but it's a really dark blue. And then, because action figure companies like Kenner couldn't, or Mattel, because this Batman, it's not the same Batman from the same show, but it has the same design choice of the blue highlights over the costume, which the blue highlights do make the costume look blue. And there is an animated picture of Batman here that looks completely black, but I think that's just for toy design choice, because this is the animated series Batcave. But I am pretty sure in the show, these two are both blue. I know this isn't a video on this Batman, but I'm just pointing out Like, I'm pretty sure this action figure created this version of black and gray Batman. That's my point. That's my point. It's not about this figure. This is the Batman 2004 figure, and it has nothing to do with this figure. But I'm just pointing out. I'm pointing out this Batman was created because of this Batman's toy company, which was Kenner. And I'm pretty sure Kenner made the black and gray Batman when they made this figure, because then I'm pretty sure later on, they changed the design of this Batman to the new Batman Adventures figure, which I did in my first video of my Kenner action figures. So at the end of the day, I think he created him, and I think art imitates life, or something like that around, or life imitates art, something like that. However the phrase works, he created this version of Batman because then the comics started using this black and gray Batman for a while, from like probably late 90s to early 2000s or so. And this became a definitive Batman for some people, even me. So generally, I think the animated series Batman figures from Kenner created the idea of this costume of Batman. Because before that, yes, he did wear black and gray in his early days in his retro costume, like from the 1940s, but this was a completely different design. I don't know why, but I want to get another figure of this and then make a Cape Crusader Batman, because Cape Crusader Batman has the same utility belt, and I just want to put a Cape Crusader bat symbol over this. But I have a loose figure of this. I just need to get it a cape, but yeah, I just need to find the loose figure. But honestly, this is a great Batman figure. I wanna test some things with it. First, we're gonna get these Batmans out of here. I'm gonna do the Mcfarlane Batmans next, and then a Superman, and then I'm just gonna test some things for display, and then we're gonna call it a day for this review. I know I'm keeping it short because I realize I can yap. And I didn't realize, but I can yap. And my girlfriend even told me, like, yeah, you can yap. And I'm like, yeah, I could definitely yap. So I'm just realizing what I need to do. Anyways, we're going to have some fun here. I'm going to bring in the other Mcfarlane Batmans, and then we're going to move forward. All right, here's all the Mcfarlane Batmans I have. I don't know what I said. Here's all the Mcfarlane Batmans I have. From Dark Knight Returns to the classic black and gray capsule, and then you have manga Batman, which is also inspiration off of Adam West's Batman, and like more of a blue and gray lighter variation of Batman, which I want to do a video and have him in the video with Robin. I want to do a Toy Biz Robin review that I have coming up. I haven't gotten to it because I wanted to do this guy first. But so looking next to these Batmans, you could tell this body is reused after this, which in my last video, I talked about this guy being reused after this. Honestly, these two, this one and this one share the same body type, and you can kind of tell. Yeah, no, they share the same. Do they share the same body type? Hold on. I know that's a new body mold, but I'm looking at these two. I think it's just the bat symbol that makes it look different, but no, I think they share the same body mold, actually. It's the same body mold, and yeah, it's the same body mold, same head. I think the head mold at least a bit different. I didn't actually get a good look. I think the head mold is a bit different. Obviously, the paint's different, but I think the head mold is just a bit different. I think everything else is the same. The paint's obviously different, but I mean, I bought him for $5, so he was kind of worth of a purchase. And GameStop didn't really have that many superpower figures left, so I was like, when I went in there, I'm getting this Batman. And I got this black and gray Batman now to accommodate these. And honestly, having all these Mcfarlane Batmans, I want to still pick up the all black one. And if I can get my hands on the blue and gray without overspending money, I'd be happy about that. These are the Mcfarlane Batmans all together. I generally now that I have this figure in my hands again, fresh out of another box, because I don't know what I did with my loose one, I am loving this figure more and more. I'm not saying it because I just got it out of the package. I'm saying it because generally I feel like this is a love note to any fan of like the animated. I feel like this is a love note to the animated series Batman fans. And just any fans that love the black, I know it's like a simple repaint of his blue and gray, but like, imagine liking this figure. This figure is a good Batman figure if you want it in your 5-inch scale. Anyways, we're going to move forward. I'm not going to do every Batman. I just want to do the first 2 Kenner Batmans and then these McFarlane. We're going to do Superman, and then I want to do some display funnery, if that's not even a word. Sorry. All right, I wanted to do this Batman next to this Superman. Since I don't have the classic Superman from the same wave as this Batman, I do have this Batman and this David Cornsweat Superman, which, honestly, if I were to, let me get an up-close look, honestly, let me position them better first. I'm not going to lie to you, if I were to actually, like, look at these, I'm not going to lie, now that I'm looking at this Batman, I can see this Batman being in an actual James Gunn movie with this Superman. I know I mostly can see the retro Batman Kenner figure from the Phantasm wave being with this Superman. But I do like, there is one more figure I wanted to look at, because now that I think about it, I want to see 2 more figures. I'm sorry, I'm yapping, but I want to see 2 more figures, because now that I think about it, I want to see side characters and how they look next to Batman now that I'm doing Superman. Honestly, this David Cornsweat Superman, I would say if you don't have the Supermans from the Mcfarlane wave before, or even a Kenner Superman, it's worth a pickup. But if you feel like you don't care for this Superman, pass on it and get the classic Superman from this wave with Batman, Riddler, and I'm trying to remember the other characters, but it came with Batman, Riddler, and another, like, Bizarro, and there's a few other characters in that wave. But, yeah, anyways, we're going to move forward. I think this Superman and Batman looks good together, if you wanted to put that on your shelf. But we're gonna move forward. We're going to move forward. All right, I wanted to see Jim Gordon next to Batman. Honestly, I mean, this is the only Jim Gordon you can get in scale with this Batman, which is also a rare figure. This Jim Gordon is a rare figure, especially if you want his 2 black revolvers. So if you want him complete, yeah, that's expensive. I'm just gonna be honest. I got him in a pack with a Batman that I wanted, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm doing it." But yeah, no, Jim Gordon. The only thing is, just don't look at the eyes. We're gonna look at the eyes. I'm sorry, this still fucking looks haunted as hell. But honestly, they look great next to each other. So if you were to like do a display and have this Batman next to Commissioner Gordon, if you have Gordon, they will look great next to each other. Anyways, we're going to move forward. All right, now Batman's trusted butler, which I'm not sure if that's actually good scaling or not, because it looks like Alfred might definitely, actually, I was trying to say, it looks like Alfred is taller than Batman, which, I got to look at some variations of Batman and Alfred, because I'm not sure if Alfred should be taller than him. I'm really liking this Batman. I kind of wish he could hold accessories like battering. Wish he had an open hand like the Dark Knight collection Batman or the animated series Batman. I kind of just wish they gave him an open hand so you could give him a battering from your Kenner stuff or something. I know like that's such a niche idea because not a lot of people like McFarlane wouldn't be thinking of that, but like that would be nice. And I have the cape folded back so you can actually see how his body looks next to them. But I actually do like this Batman figure. Yeah, we're gonna move forward. I may have lied. We're gonna do, honestly, I think I might do Tim Drake and then Dick Grayson last, or Dick Grayson, Tim Drake. We'll see. Well, I just want to do the last couple of Bat family members I have in this scale, which we're gonna do. We have my animated series Batman up here, so we'll have my animated series Robin. I am missing a cape for this Robin. But honestly, this could work. If you wanted this on your shelf and this as an emplacement of your animated series Batman, I can see this working for you. Not gonna lie, I can see this working for you on your shelf. They kind of complement each other. They actually look good next to each other. But the only problem I have is, why does Robin look like he got a sunburn? Like, nigga, get off the beach. Sorry. Bad language. I'm half black. It slipped. My bad. But this dude need to get off the beach. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know. This actually, I'm just looking at it, I'm like, this is actually a cool Batman and Robin. Like, if you were to have this Robin, the only thing is, that one thing I will say is there's a Tim Drake Robin figure from Kenner that came out in 1992 before this Robin figure. And they just reused this Robin body from the Batman Returns Robin, which is Tim Drake Robin. And this is in lighter colors, and the Tim Drake one is in darker colors. I want the Tim Drake Robin just so I can have Tim Drake as Robin. But this Dick Grayson costume in the show came from Tim Drake's Robin costume in the comics, because Dick Grayson wore the pantyhose and the elf shoes, which I'm going to be doing a review on the Toy Biz Robin, which is Dick Grayson. But there you go. That's a little bit of origin for where that came from. But yeah, no, this Robin figure goes great with your McFarlane Batman, if you were wondering, and I bet you'll go great with his blue and gray costume as well, probably any version. But I'm not gonna pull back out the other McFarlane Batman. We're gonna keep moving forward, and we're gonna do the next Robin. Now, I had to move the figures because this Robin, there's nothing for me to prop him against, but this is Tim Drake's animated version of Robin, and this is where the red and black design came from, which inched him even closer to his Red Robin persona. But having Tim Drake's Robin, sadly, I don't have a Jason Todd in this scale, and I looked at, and before I even put it on camera, I put Spin Master's Red Hood next to this Batman, and they do not scale at all. So if you're trying to get a Red Hood close to this scale, you probably have to double look. I don't know how many figures scale with McFarlane and Kenner. I kind of wish McFarlane made a Red Hood in his Superpowers line. That kind of would have been cool, but you know, it is what it is. But for a animated Robin, other than the Dick Grayson, you have Tim Drake, which actually complements your Batman as well. I'm not trying to say that too many times, but they kind of complement each other as Batman and Robin. Anyways, we're going to move forward. Now, for the last animated version of the Bat family, which I do have, and then I'll get to the Legends of Batman Nightwing, we have the animated Nightwing, which McFarlane made a Nightwing similar to this Nightwing with this design, except there's no mullet. In the show, he had a mullet. I don't know if that's a dig on Superman or not, because Superman had a mullet in the 90s. But I think this Nightwing looks a little too animated next to this Batman. They kind of complement each other. If this is what you want to go for and put them next to each other and they scale well playability-wise, I guess. But I also have another Nightwing from Kenner. This is from Kenner. There is a Mattel Nightwing in animated format, but it's not in the same. It's like pre-pose, whatever, and I have one, but we're not going to look at that one. We're going to look at the Legends of Batman Nightwing now. Now, for a more of a Nightfall Nightwing, which I am building up a Nightfall collection from Kenner, and this Nightwing is actually, now I'm looking at scale-wise, the Legends of Batman is 5 inches, so actually this Nightwing might be a little too tall, but this is more based on Nightfall Nightwing, which right now I'm making I'm going to be making a custom Victor Zsasz whenever the figure comes in. I got a figure that's a Kenner design, and I'm getting my inspiration off of the McFarlane's Victor Zsasz that was made a year ago or something. But I guess if you want to have this Batman and Nightwing next to each other, you can. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know. He's too big. He's taller than Batman. Like, Batman looks like a munchkin compared to Nightwing in this height. Batman should always be a few inches taller than Nightwing, and Nightwing should always be a few inches shorter than Batman. So I guess the only, you can either get a McFarlane Nightwing, which I think he made too. He made a Nightfall Nightwing in this scale, which is just a repaint of another Nightwing. But if you want to have a more Nightwing up to scale, and you want him to be the animated Nightwing, this one works. This one works. Yeah, no, that's the Bat family part. There's something I just wanted to do real quick. Oh, all right. I guess I wanted to do one last scaling because I didn't mention Bane, but I wanted to see how Kenner's Bane from Batman, and yes, this is from a Batman and Robin toy line. And I'm gonna give you a tip if you're gonna look for this figure. A lot of them that are loose is missing the green pipe thing for his Venom. So if you're trying to get the green pipe thing for his Venom, it's gonna be more pricey in box. But if you're just trying to get a Bane figure loose, it's most likely not going to have the Venom pump thing, like, so, because it would usually, let me show you real quick. It's not about this figure, but I'm just giving you a tip if you're looking for this Bane figure. The pump would go from here to here, like it would attach on his arm, and then there would be some in here. I don't know why most of them got pulled out, but that's just the figure itself. Anyways, this Bane actually heights well with Batman. Bane should always be taller than Batman. You can have him break the bat. This Bane has actually become one of my favorites because it has more of a Nightfall look, and I'm trying to build up my, like, a Nightfall collection, and I want to have them, like, whenever I get Azrael Batman, I want to put them next to Azrael. They generally look good next to each other. There's one more Bane. Now, we looked at all the animated figures. This animated Bane looks 10 times bigger than this Batman. Like, gosh, that, like, actually, no, look at this. Look at this. So, this Bane looked, so, say, okay. There's two different types of Bane in comics and video games. So, do you want your Bane to be a little big, but no Venom, and he's mostly just, like, near Batman's, like, height and everything, but he's not, like, some big steroid freak? Or do you want a dude that's, like, fucking pumped up on roids? Because, like, there's a difference in what Bane you want. And honestly, both these Banes would go well with this Batman, in my opinion. But which one breaks the bat? Let's see. So there's a lever on this figure, and if you position his arms up, there's like a trigger that makes you, like, drop him down. And it's like a back-breaking thing. But, like, he comes with a steel beam. I lost the steel beam due to time, but I still have the Venom pump on this figure. Still looks great for a Bane figure. It's not my favorite Bane figure because you can't really, like, put his hands in a position. His hands fall down. He's one of those gimmick toys, but for what it's worth, I think it's a cool figure. If you want a Bane that breaks the bat, he's a good Bane figure. I did that just for the gimmick of the toy because that's what it does. It'll break the bat. Now if you want to see the other Bane, let me show you. I will break you, Batman. Oh. Fuck, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Yeah, I tried. Usually you'd be like, I will break you, Batman. Russian, I think, is Bane Hispanic? I think Bane's Hispanic since he's wearing, like, a luchador mask. You know, it's whatever. I tried to break the bat. One can actually do it. The other, you'll have a hard time attempting. But generally, aesthetic-wise, this Bane looks good with this Batman. But also, animated Bane looks good with this Batman, too. Just, it depends on what, like, in this scale, since Mcfarlane, I kind of wish we got to see what Mcfarlane, like, what else Mcfarlane, like, what other big fakes Mcfarlane could make, like Bane, Man-Bat, like, all these grotesque characters that, like, take a lot more detail than Batman in them, and, like, what, I kind of would want to see what his version of Bane in this, like, type of style would be. This is Kenner. I bet you Kenner made the Nightfall Bane just because they didn't like how Bane looked in the movie, which, who blames them? I'm not talking about The Dark Knight Rises. I'm talking about Batman and Robin. That movie was dog shit for Bane. Like, they did Bane dirty, but this isn't about Bane. This is about this Batman figure. Honestly, I can see this Batman figure going with a lot of your Kenner, Mcfarlane, generally any, like, even your Toy Biz. I can see this Batman going with a lot of lines. And I just want to test something. I just want to see something real quick because people say that most of the Batmans around this height can't fucking fit in those chairs. We're going to see real quick. Fuck yeah, we did it. All right, he fits. Sort of. I mean, just looks like he's letting gas out, but, you know, he fits. His cape kind of rambunctious. staring at Harvey Dent, looking at himself. Why does Batman have a TV of himself? You know what? That's too many questions for one day. Anyways, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like, comment below. Let's move this guy out of here real quick. All right. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like, comment below. Leave post notifications on because you'll never know when I upload. Thank you for watching if you watch till the end. Thank you for watching me rant about action figures. I appreciate all the people that watch me. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you had some great coffee with this video. And hopefully you're having something good to eat. And who knows, maybe pizza rolls or something. But, alright. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like, comment below. And I'll catch you guys next time.